Hi, my name's Diana Di Nicola, and I'm one of the co-directors of Flamenco Louisville. We specialize in flamenco puro, and that's flamenco, by the way, not flamingo. Flamenco is a system of music and singing and dance that comes from the southern region of Spain, known as Andalusia. And this is not just dance, it is truly a system, and it's almost like its own language. Flamenco has its roots in Andalusia in Spain, and going all the way back to a time when the entire region was known as Al-Andalus. This was a very progressive place in the sense that people from different origins and different religions were permitted to live and work and study side by side in relative equality. And when you have people from as far away as India and Persia, the Middle East, Africa and Europe, all living and working and studying side by side, inevitably they're going to share elements of their culture. And flamenco's roots reflect all those different cultures in the music and singing and dance. And it was a synthesis of what remained from that time of great diversity, along with indigenous music and dance, and was really sort of preserved and synthesized and developed in the Gitano community. The Gitanos of Spain are the Roma people. This was their form of expression.
And I'm the accompanist and one of the co-directors with Flamenco Louisville. These days I pretty much do the guitar. Sometimes at the studio I still play the cajon, the box drum, and then, palmas. Some could say that it's like the most basic flamenco instrument. It's literally, you're playing the palms of your hands in it. You'll actually see sometimes, we've been lucky enough to encounter this a time or two, but in people's homes or sometimes at a bar or something like that in Spain, if nobody has an instrument around, somebody will start just doing palmas, or they'll knock on the top of a table, and that's it. And then the singer starts, and then maybe somebody gets up and does a little dancing. But it's fundamental, and not just in those situations too. The highest caliber shows, you still have one or two or a half dozen palmeros who are not just keeping the beat, but it's become like an incredibly elaborate form all by itself.
The music is critical, and in fact in flamenco, in the puro style that we do, the singing is primary. That's the most important part, and that is what, as dancers, we respond to. There's also the tradition of footwork, zapateado, that the dancers do using our shoes, and that is usually a sort of duet with the guitar. And the way we shift from one section to another has to do with how we communicate back and forth.
I was talking to a dancer the other day who was saying, the singing, it's just so, it seems ugly to me. And I get that, that it can be a very different sound because sometimes it's this wailing, rough sound. But for me, I fell in love with it pretty much from the start.
One of the things I love about it is that I can express all of my emotions, not just the happy ones. And also because, especially as a woman, I'm expected to get better as I get older. There's no particular body type that is correct for flamenco, and it is an individual dance. It's about your own self-expression. So women and men dance flamenco, but they do not dance it together. So as a woman, I'm not waiting for a man to come along and ask me to dance. All of our company members have studied in Spain. I think all of our musicians have also studied in Spain, and many of our students at a more advanced level have also gone to Spain. In fact, last year in Well, no, it's been 2 years ago. In 2016, we had 11 Kentuckians in a house in Sevilla for the Biennale, which is a big flamenco festival. So it's become a huge part of our lives, and it's something that for those of us who are deeply, deeply involved, going to Spain and taking classes, and even more importantly, seeing performances at the living, beating heart of flamenco to see what's new, what's current, what's really happening right now, as well as seeing how it's an expression of culture. It's not just a specialized thing that happens over here amongst a rare group of people. It is part of life. So you turn on the radio and there's flamenco, and a cab goes by and you hear it coming out of the car. Seeing the light on the street and drinking the wine and eating the food and hearing the conversation is as important to getting to the heart of what flamenco is as studying in a regular class would be.